And I think this is important for two types of kids. So the one type is the anxious kid who's avoiding. And the other is the bored child who just doesn't want to because it just seems dumb and boring and, I have no interest. And so I'll start with the bored kid who's really bored. You say, you don't need to put a lot into this because I know you think this is boring and, just 5 minutes. But I'm going to do a count. We're going to set a timer and you set a countdown. You set the timer as a countdown. So they see the time disappearing. Even better if it makes a sound to kind of rev up the engine, right? Because they aren't experiencing enough stress on that Yerkes Dodson, on that bell curve. They're on the low end of this. They're not engaged enough. They're not feeling enough engagement. So you need to amp it up, make it into a game, a challenge. How much do you think you could do in 5 minutes? Oh, really? Well, let's find out. So now it's a game. It's a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that you set that time, you set the countdown, and you're like, a minute's already passed. I would never say that to an anxious kid, but to a bored kid, like, dude, that's a minute, and you've barely started. So I'm like goading them. I'm not as nice as people might normally think I am. Then I'm with the kid who's super anxious. I do the opposite. We say, let's set the timer, but it's a counting up timer. It's just a stopwatch. And you put it upside down so they don't see it and they're not getting anxious from seeing it. Say, what do you think you could do in 5 minutes? They're like, I don't know. I don't think I could do it for 5 minutes. Like, how about just write your name? Well, I could do that. All right. So I'm going to set the timer. We'll put it over there. And they do it. Like, all right, you did that. What else do you think you do? I don't know, maybe read the directions. Yeah, let's do that. Read the directions. What did the directions mean to you? What do you think it's saying? Get them to paraphrase, put it in their own words. Which part do you think you should do first? Right? So now they're sequencing. So you do these kinds of little things, but really what you're doing, your ulterior motive as the parent or the coach is that you're getting them to do more than 5 minutes of work.